Honourable Minister, you may present your statement.
Mr. Speaker, members of this Honourable House, I'm very grateful to you for the opportunity given to me to make this statement today, 16th November, on the floor of Parliament as we prepare to commemorate the 2017 International Men's Day, which falls on Sunday, 19th November 2017. I want to thank you for the honor done me. Usually, when we talk of gender, we talk about women. But we want to acknowledge, Mr. Speaker, that International Men's Day is a worldwide annual event celebrated on 19th of November. It was inaugurated in 1992 on 7th February by Thomas Oster. The event was reinitialized in 1999 in Trinidad and Tobago. The International Men's Day accords us the opportunity to appreciate and celebrate the sacrifice and contributions of our men. The theme for 2017 International Men's Day celebration, Mr. Speaker, is Celebrate Men and Boys. For us to achieve gender equality and equity in our society, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, in collaboration with the UN Women, wishes to inform this august House of the launch of the He for She campaign this December 2017. The He for She is a global initiative, and for us in Ghana, we want to use it to create an enabling environment for the passage of the Affirmative Action Bill. The He for She invites all males, young and old, from all spheres of life to come together and support the initiative. Mr. Speaker, I wish to indicate to this august House that the objectives for this year's International Men's Day celebration are to reflect on the contributions, sacrifices, and progress made by men in our society, to improve gender relations and promote gender equality, to create a safer and better world where men and women can be safe and grow to reach their full potential, to establish the Men's Day as a popular annual event on the national calendar of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, even though men have enormous power in our society, there are still some who are vulnerable, marginalized, and unable to achieve their full potential. Men have a relatively shorter life expectancy than women in this country. They are dying in combat and suffer more fatalities at the workplace than women. Recent WHO data shows that globally, male life expectancy at birth was 69 years, and for females, it was 74 years. We still find males selling dog chains or taking care of cattle and goats and undertaking galamsey, streetism, child labor on the street, and involved in armed robbery, human trafficking, and other abuses of the vulnerable. Another challenge for our men, increasingly, there are reported cases of violence against men by women. Because of our culture, these men are suffering in silence. Sometimes, the unavailability of money to provide for the home in terms of chop money exerts some psychological and emotional stress on men. Today, economic and peer pressure on men to acquire wealth and to perform social obligations are imposing great burdens on their lives, which is also affecting the health of men. Again, Mr. Speaker, health challenges like prostate cancer and stroke are some of the other emerging worries for our menfolk. Mr. Speaker, because of the leadership and dominant role of men in Ghana, it is vital that we become advocates for gender equality, equity, and the development of women and girls, as well as men and boys. It's important that our men support us and advocate to end harmful and negative cultural and traditional practices like the female genital mutilation and other issues like child prostitution, early child marriage, child labor, and trafficking in our society. It means our men must be strong and must be in a position to support us to get it right. Mr. Speaker, Ghana is a male-dominant society due to our patriarchal culture, which gives males enormous power. For example, in our rural communities, a woman can give birth to a male child, nurture him to adulthood. But as soon as he is 16, he is invited to decision-making programs in the community, whilst the mother is ignored and not even considered for invitation. This is a challenge of how we bring up our sons to feel more superior, and it is a challenge so that we can have gender equity as we develop Mother Ghana. The launch of the Gender and Development Initiative for Africa, GADIA, by our President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who is now the AU Gender Champion, on the 14th of November 2017, demonstrates his greatest commitment towards the promotion of gender equality and active participation of women in the development of Africa to address these imbalances. And this adds additional responsibility to the Ministry of Gender and the country at large to ensure that with this appointment or nomination, Ghana sets the pace as a leader in Africa to ensure gender equity. There is therefore the need to improve gender relations through active participation of boys and men as partners in the quest for gender equality. Male support in advocating for more women in decision processes and abolition of negative socio-cultural practices affecting women's rights is important in achieving a just society. The free senior high school policy, a great initiative of our president, is a unique opportunity for all boys and men who would otherwise have been out of school or out of job, the opportunity to attain senior secondary education. Mr. Speaker, we need to acknowledge that men are the strong pillars of the home and largely in Ghana, the breadwinners. The ministry, however, has the following expectations: to develop sustainable, transformative programs for the full participation of men and boys in support of gender equality. The need for early socialization from the household of bringing up boys and girls as equal shareholders. For example, boys should fetch firewood, should fetch water and cook meals, whilst girls can also play football and undertake male-dominant activities. We need to collaborate with government officials, men organizations, and other civil society organizations, universities and schools to create and promote he-for-she events and campaigns within their local communities. We need to inspire people to take action against gender-based discrimination and violence against women, girls, men, and boys. We need to create a platform to highlight as role models men and boys who are taking a stand against gender-based discrimination and violence against all the sexes. We need to create an excellence award for communities and men who demonstrate leadership and commitment to gender equality and equity. Mr. Speaker, the President and your good self, the honorable males of this august house, traditional male rulers, all men, our veterans in the independence struggle, have provided strong leadership in this country to date. So we celebrate you on this International Day, which falls on the 19th of November. This celebration of men is also a call to action for those men who have not been responsible to their families and society to be more responsible. Mr. Speaker, my coming to Parliament today has accorded me the opportunity to celebrate and salute all the sons of Ghana on behalf of all the daughters of Ghana for the huge contribution and sacrifice and support that our sons have made to Ghana. But like Oliver Twist, we ask for more. We are eternally grateful for what has been done so far by our men, and we say, long live men, long live women, long live Ghana. I thank you for your kind consideration.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.